So I was looking at this. Do the A1S and the A4 need to be rebalanced? So they filter top 20 teams. There's two things. The painfully obvious part of this graphic, don't even look at the guns like themselves. It's just purely the price of them. You know what I mean? And in this economy of Counter-Strike 2, the A1S is just a way better option, man. Like, people will be like, oh, it's just the cost of a flashbang, but it's really a lot more than that. Especially when you consider that you can get the A1S, for example, very easily and accessibly on the second round versus those T rounds where they'll have AKs and shit, or not, like AK, more likely Galil's and armor, but FAMAS versus Galil feels bad. A1S versus Galil feels like you have a chance. Just even in the flow of the game, the A1S feels way better economically. It's just a really big difference, and that to me is the most obvious part of the A1S and the A4. Something that I think specifically on this end of the spectrum with HLTV, like the top 20, I'm just telling you right now, man, the A1S, just now talking about the actual guns, not talking about the price. At a high level, the A1S just guarantees kills. I think your overall output might be a little bit lower with an A1S compared to an A4 in terms of like your multi-frag potential. But when you start playing against better and better and better players, the multi-frag potential on gun rounds, it isn't big to begin with. Like, if you're running into people and you're getting into like some decent players and teams and engagements, most of the time, you know, the chance that you're going to spray down 4 people on gun rounds is very slim. I just feel like, at least to me, my personal feelings are the A4, sometimes I just have a little hiccup. Like, I miss a kill because I missed just a couple bullets that went like a little stray, not even like a big whiff. It just takes like 1 or 2 more shots to clean up a kill or get the initial kill, where the A1S, you don't have like, there's like that little sway in the A4 spray, especially at the start, where sometimes if you're not ready for it, you miss a kill that you would normally get. Or even if you get the kill, it takes a little bit longer, and then the second kill is you're like behind, right? It's not the A1S just being cheaper, but also I think you just have a much more like guaranteed kill when you use it. I think that's why we've seen basically people tried the A4 for a little while once they're making some more adjustments to the A1. But at the end of the day, it's just a more efficient weapon in terms of price, and it's easier to use, and it creates less variance in like kills. Maybe drop its price to 3K. I'm not really sure what like the fundamental way to, what would be my fix? I mean, low-key, you could put them at the same price and just see what happens. I'd actually be so curious to see what that looks like. I feel like I would probably still use the A1, if I'm being honest. I've crutched it for so long. Like, if they don't fundamentally change the way anything works with the A4 and they just move the price, I'd probably still use the A1S because of what I just described. I think I'd maybe dabble with the A4 on like some early gun rounds, especially versus like the Galils and stuff. But even if they're both 2900, I'd probably still use the A1. Like I don't even hate the A4. It's just sometimes when I'm telling you, like, not having that suppressor and then not having the guaranteed kill sometimes, oof. But it could be a skill issue as well. There's plenty of people that bang out with the A4, but that's just for me.